Hello and welcome to Walk With Me, the podcast. I am your host, Bédard, and today I'll invite you to embark on the journey that is as simple as it is profound, the act of walking together. Now, the name Walk With Me is intentional, me is my initials, Marie, but it also stands for me as in each one of us. So this podcast is a place where I want us to explore life, death, everything in between and beyond. Over the years, I've witnessed that growth and evolution can be daunting for a lot of people, but when we get out of our heads and walk the path together, something truly magical happens. We collapse time, we tap into our inner wisdom, and unlock amazing potentialities. So this journey is not just about walking. It's more than just putting one foot in front of the other. It's about exploration. It's about the deep connections we form with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us as we move through life. So together, we'll dive into the discoveries of science, the teachings of the heart, and the revelations of the soul. From the frequency of the Black Forest and Journey where I live, I'll be added some sacred feminine wisdom and collective consciousness. We'll explore how everything shapes our lives and our path. So lace up your shoes and let's walk together on this path of growth and evolution. Hi, and welcome to this new episode of Walk With Me, the podcast. I am your host, Marie Bédard, and I'm so glad to welcome you from the Black Forest. I am currently walking along the river path next to my house, and I decided to plug in and to drop something that is on my mind that I really feel like it's a important conversation at the beginning of this year, obviously, but it's also an important conversation that we need to remind ourselves all the time. I want to talk today about freedom. The interesting part about how I view freedom has to do with success. And what do I mean by that? For me, in my life, it's always been the ultimate success was freedom. Sometimes in my life, it was freedom from pain. Sometimes in my life, it was freedom from dealing with other people. Sometimes in my life, it was just freedom to do what I wanted to do, when I wanted to do, the way I wanted to do it. But it was always, like, my success has always been defined or very linked to freedom. Like, how much freedom can I have to just be myself? And be myself is the key tagline here, because we often link freedom to, when I have worked this much, I can have the freedom to XYZ. When I have this, I will be free to do that. Like when I will win the lottery, for example, if one counts on that to gain the freedom to do what they want in their life or what they desire in their life. So it's always like, when I have this, then I will do this and I will be free. I will be the person that I want to be. And what we are completely missing is that if you are chasing something to have by doing things that are not in line with the identity that you want to embody, that will never get you the identity that you want. So that's why it's not have, do, be, it's be, do, have. So what does it look like, the identity of somebody that has what you want, and how are that person's actions in alignment with who they are? What are they, right? And that allow them to have what they have. Now, the interesting part is that what we're missing, and if maybe you've heard this before, maybe you haven't heard this before, but that sequence is so paramount, and also it's very much linked to the fact that most people think that these successful people are only because of circumstances that they were in. When most people that have what you want to have in your life, the success that you actually, whatever the success is, they have so much personal power that allow them to not only offset consistently the circumstantial power, but also allow them to keep on the longer run what they have. Because when we're focused on having, it's a sense of ownership, right? And if we think that we are not the person that created that outcome, right? That it was only out of circumstances, because we were one type of person, one identity, then it means that we will continue to have that identity, even if it's no longer aligned with what we desire. And because we think that we own those results, we're afraid to change to get another result, because we are afraid to lose what we have. But the thing is, if we're afraid to lose what we have, it means that we don't own that thing. It owns us. That thing is completely owning our decisions, our behaviors, our beliefs, and robbing us from our freedom. So every single time that you think that you will get the freedom once you have something, then you are mistakenly and misleading yourself, because it's when you are free and you align with the highest frequency of your freedom that you want to have, and you are the person free of all of that, because your personal power is so solid, you are so solid, then the circumstances don't matter. You will always find a way to maintain that freedom, which means that when you are this ultimately free person, you will act in alignment with that, and you would have the results that align with that as well. I wanted to have a very short one today. That is the vibe of the hub. Now, the hub is this new membership that I launched, which is basically every single day you have a little drop like this, 5, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, where I share a reflection, a contemplation, a thought, a question, something for you to really shift those limiting beliefs in a very soft way. It's like plugging in every single day into a vibe of freedom. The freedom of being who you are, the freedom of aligning with what you want, what you desire in your own life, and the freedom to act and to choose and to decide what is the next step for you. So this month we're doing alignment, tuning in your inner compass. Then we're tapping into all 4 aspects of emotional intelligence in a way that you've never experienced. And we're going to tap into self-awareness, self-regulation, social awareness, and relationship management, especially for people that are highly sensitive beings and or empaths. This is going to be so freeing for you, because everything that you have been told to do to master your emotions is wrong. It is actually bringing you farther away from where you thrive. And this is where that place is going to be so amazing. And the last month is going to be leadership, self-leadership. And we're actually really going to talk about that personal power and self-leading ourselves in our lives, and how to self-lead ourselves, but also how to lead others with that conception that has to do with not having any hierarchy or anything, where everybody is, when they are in their own power, where everybody is as powerful as one another, and we're different. And when we come together, that is where the magic comes from. And that is what the magic is unlocked. And that is where the magic makes change happen in such a fast way, such a beautiful way, such an aligned way for everybody. So if you are down for these quick, powerful little talks every day, the hub is open. It's currently €333 until the end of January. It will go up afterwards. What is included in the hub as well right now, it's the founding member price. What is also included in the hub is a monthly ritual to release all the attachment from the past, all the things that are not serving us, to really bring ourselves in the present moment and to create the future that we want by leveraging the 95% of our unconscious, to bring that unconscious on board with what we want in our conscious mind, which is only 5% of what we see. And there's also one masterclass on the subject under the theme of the month. So that is also what you get in the hub. So that is actually really cool, because at the end of all of that, you're going to have over 180 riffs in the broadcasting part. You're going to have access to me to ask questions, to reflect, to be in the community. You're going to have one powerful ritual a month that will rewire your brain, reboot it, reprogram, repattern your brain to get you where you want to go. And that masterclass, which is actually going to be so powerful. There's also exercises that I put in there, and it's so abundant, and it's made to be like a buffet of all kinds of stuff that you just go in and you trust. That's actually like the whole point of this. You trust that when you go in and you feel a ping to listen to the audio, each audio has a little description. So when you listen to the audio, because you had the ping of the little description, that is going to be what you need for that day. And that is actually so powerful, because that's what really happens, right? And the other thing that I wanted to say is the hub is basically so designed on the Alice in Wonderland, going down the rabbit hole and surrendering to that process of speaking to the unconscious that is that doesn't work in a logical way, that doesn't work in a linear way, that doesn't work with words. It actually works with metaphors and stories and non-linearities. And that's where really, when we tap into that, we unlock so much of the possibilities and the potentialities that we actually have in our lives, but also we let go of everything that is holding us back. And there you go. So that's what I had to say to you today. I hope that you have a fantastic day. I will see you next week for another episode of Walk With Me. I love you. I see you. I feel you. Take care. Thank you for being part of today's episode and walking with me. As the seasons of life shift, we hold the power to navigate our path with courage, intuition, and wisdom, and embrace change with an open heart, for within it lies the potential for remarkable growth and evolution. If this conversation resonated with you, please subscribe on your favorite platform, leave a heartfelt review, and share it on social media. If you know someone who would benefit from this episode, I'd be honored if you shared it with them. You can stay connected with me on social media, where I continue to share insights and inspiration. And for a deeper connection, you can join my Telegram community for exclusive content and real-time conversation. You'll find the link in the show notes. Until our next encounter, keep exploring, embracing change, and finding joy in every moment. And remember, you can always come back here and walk with me.